There is like nothing below 80 Hertz, and that's actually where it gets interesting for electronic music. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Merry Christmas. As you can hear and see, I'm Wolverine and still sick. A tiny bit better than yesterday, but I have to say the night was horrible. I had the highest fever in my entire life. I was so close to calling an ambulance. So now I feel relief that it's better, no more fever, but still like sick. There's no way I'm going outside, just sitting here and yeah, doing something I can do for the vlog while being sick, and it's another edition of Track Submits. So welcome to Track Submits, the segment where you send me your songs, I listen to them, give you feedback, and the community as well. Let me get my headphones. So, first song is by Lequence and it's called Thoughts. Yeah, cool housey track. I really like it. It follows kind of the spin-in arrangement formula, like build up and then this very empty drop, which definitely works in a club environment. The mixing is alright, the build up is really good. There are some cool housey chords in it that I really like. Just one thing is right after the drop where you just have like kick, clap and the main sound and the bass. I think this main sound, this kind of bell organ kind of sound, is a little bit too weak and not big enough to stand there on its own. So I would advise you to either try another sound or just make it fatter, make it maybe a bit more stereo, maybe layer it with other things, because it's not taking care handling all of the space that is available there. If you make a minimal drop like this that is just perfect for the club, you need a main element that really fills out the mid frequencies and just carries on the track. It sounds a little bit too empty almost. But other than that, good track. I really like it. There's definitely something that could be released. Let's get to the next one. It's by DJ Morpheus. It's a remix and just called ID. I don't know, the song's kind of a little bit weird, but I also like it a lot because it has this ambient vibe to it that I really enjoy listening to. I like those deeper, twisted kind of songs. Everything above 200 Hertz is kind of fine mixing wise. Below that it's a little messy. It's too much sub low end bass and I'm missing the kick. I mean, you can barely hear it and I wish it would just push a little more, not so much because I think it's on purpose not to have like a very strong kick. Just a tiny tad more with the kick would actually make the song way more energetic in the low end and a little bit more clear and clean. I can also see in the analyzer that the low end isn't really cut. There's still a peak around 20 Hertz that shouldn't be there, so definitely cut your kick below 30 Hertz. And here in this case I think the bass could be even cut at 50 Hertz and make the kick a tiny bit louder, and that's pretty much it. You got a track that definitely works. The next one is by, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's Lynx XI Uppermost. Also, solid track. I think it definitely works. Build up is good, arrangement is good, the mixing is good. I think like the only feedback I have for this track is maybe thinking a little bit about the main melody. I think you could make more out of it and make it catchier. And I think this track is a good example of overdoing it slightly. It's a little bit too wide, it's a little bit too loud, it's everything a little bit too much, which makes it, yeah, just too much. I think if you dial everything a little bit down, it would actually sound a little bit more natural and better. But I'm not a real expert for this kind of music, so maybe it has to sound like this. I don't really know, but for my taste, it's a little bit too much. The last track for today is by Zoki. It's called Downpour, and yeah, let's just listen to it. Also here, for my personal taste, everything a little bit too much. It's not really my kind of music, it's too hectic, you know me, I'm a chilled guy. I think what would improve this track the most and would actually be the next natural step for Zoki to work on is the kick sample sound. The kick is just not a kick that you would use in electronic dance music. It's a very acoustic kick. It sits too high in the frequencies, and you can already see in the analyzer there's like nothing below 80 Hertz, and that's actually where it gets interesting for electronic music. So your sub bass an octave down, your kick should hit right around 50 Hertz, maybe 45, maybe 55, but not at 100 plus. It just doesn't work. Sounds really awkward. It sounds empty in the low end. So shift everything a little more towards the low end. This way you will also have more space in the middle, because your two main synthesizers are too high, and that's something I already explained in one of my videos. Selecting the right octaves, selecting the right frequencies for your elements is so important. I think it's one of my most important videos. I will definitely link it up here, and also at the end of the video, go check it out if you have the time. I think it's a really important one. For me, it's really it's really, I'm struggling if you can tell. It's very hard for me to sit here, do these track submits. My head is exploding. So yeah, that's just it. Tomorrow coming up, I don't know if I will feel better and be ready for the studio, so maybe the last Q&A for this year. So definitely check out my Instagram. That's the place where you can send me the questions that will then be featured in the next video. Have fun, enjoy your Christmas. I hope you're not as sick as I am. I hope you're having a good time with your family, a lot of good food and all that kind of stuff that is part of Christmas or whatever else you're celebrating. Sign out. I miss your touch, touch, touch.